Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm recording two videos, and the first one is about Corona and the second one will be about the banker. So don't forget to check out both videos later on. But talking about Corona, it's affected everybody worldwide. Started in China, spread to everywhere. I mean, even America. As of last night, America has more confirmed cases than China. Less deaths though. In China, there was about 3,000 deaths for 81,000 confirmed cases, and in America, there's about 120, I believe, deaths for 83,000 deaths. Somewhere around that. You can look it up. I know a lot of people are worried about what this means for financial world, stock markets, and what this means for the mortgage markets. So I'm just here to give my opinion, and based off looking at different people and what they put out, from mortgage experts to real estate experts to stock market experts. And I will link some of the people I follow on Instagram where you can get further knowledge in depth in those subjects. I'm just going to try and summarize it here. First of all, I know I used to work at Panda Express, and I know some people in the Asian community being more adversely affected by this pandemic because of the callousness of some people in naming this a Chinese virus. Yes, it's a virus that, as far as we know, originated in China, but it's not a Chinese virus. It's a virus. So coronavirus is not something new. Coronavirus has been around since basically the beginning of man's civilization. If you go on Wikipedia and look at the history of coronavirus, coronavirus is classified as a type of virus that causes respiratory symptoms or distress when it affects the host. So this is COVID-19. That's because it was discovered in 2019. There's different COVIDs or coronaviruses. SARS is a coronavirus. So there's different types of virus. Flu is a variation of coronavirus, and if you look at how many people die from the flu every year, just in the US, it's between 12 and 15,000 people die yearly just from the seasonal flu here in the United States. Yes, you should be cautious because its rate of infection is high because, again, it's a new virus, it's a new mutation, and so most people don't have the immunity to fight it, and since it's new, it's spreading quickly. So very soon, in my mind, I think that it will become, as our systems become adjusted to it, or as we build up immunity, as more people get it, it will become like the flu, where people will still be catching it, but it won't be as easily spread because it will be spread easily still, but due to our high immune systems, it won't be as deadly. And because already some people are asymptomatic, meaning that they have it but they show no signs or symptoms of it, and so that's why the stay home order is in effect, is because there are a lot of people that have it but they're not getting sick from it. They're asymptomatic, so they don't know they have it, and they're spreading it. You go to spring break, especially those that went spring break, and then you go visit your grandma, and your grandma receives it, and then she falls sick. It's because you had it, and you didn't know you had it. So as it becomes more normalized, or as our system more normalizes to this new variation of coronavirus, it will get better, and it will just be. So I don't think it will go away. We just become used to it. So there are different viruses that come throughout humankind, from the Spanish flu, influenza, to the bubonic plague. Humans adapt. Our immune systems adapt, and we overcome such things. Is in terms of how it's affecting small businesses. So I myself, I'm a portrait and wedding photographer, and I just relocated back to Georgia, so it's not really affected me yet. It's affected me in the portrait aspect, but not in the wedding aspect. But I know several wedding photographers that have had to cancel um, or postpone events because either one, the venue wasn't responding to the couple, or just downright canceled, or the couple were proactive in canceling and trying to postpone. So I would just say for people in the wedding industry, wedding vendors, I would say you should try and get the couples to postpone their wedding, because everything will normalize eventually, and so we just want to, life continues, so to speak. So we just want to look and be hopeful towards the future and just postpone it. If you don't feel comfortable for this year, then there's always 2021. I know 2020 has been rough for a lot of us. There's a lot of things that happen, but we gain strength from things that we experience. We might break down every now and then, but persevering and pushing through, we always come back to the other things. Nothing lasts forever, good or bad times. So right now we're in the bad times. That won't last forever. We just have to keep persevering. Good times don't last forever. So when you're in those cycles of good or bad, always be prepared for the next cycle, because the next cycle is coming. For the brides that are worried about, finding venues or finding vendors to service them, there are a lot of vendors that are available, me myself being one. So you reach out and you start discussion when you feel comfortable, and you have a preconceived date for when you want to get married. I know a lot of places have executive orders for no gatherings of 10 or less, so you want to check with your local municipalities to see what is in effect. And if you decide, you still want to go through with your wedding, then you just have to abide by the executive order of whatever the number that is being limited to. I would say 10 or less. So I guess for those that are feeling like, oh, I want to just go ahead, if you feel like an elopement, then go ahead. Nothing stopping you. Just get a good photographer to capture the moment so that you can remember it, and one that has the ability to have an online gallery like myself that you could send to people that are not able to attend, and that way they can also feel involved in your special day. So that's what I want to talk about coronavirus. In terms of the stock market, so a lot of things is crashing. There was a big uptake, 33% of recovery for S&P due to Congress passing the stimulus bill. However, we always talk about trickle down economics. This trickle down of people staying home, getting laid. As of last count, there was 3.5 million people that filed for unemployment this month of March. So that number is just about hit the book. So the effects of that is still going to trickle down. People not being able to pay their mortgage, their rent, their car notes, etc. I mean, just look at Cheesecake Factory wrote a letter to all their landlords saying, work with us, we don't have the money to pay you for this month's rent. So until economy stabilizes, then we'll be able to pay you in arrears what we owe. So that is going to affect, even though with a stimulus package of $1,200 for people that, again, you have to file your taxes for 2019, or if not 2019, 2018. So if you make $75,000 or less, you're gonna get a $1,200 check. And if you have kids under that, you're gonna get $500 for each one of them. So that is good for, especially for those in the South. I'm not sure how helpful that is for those on the West Coast or living in the New York area. So I mean, something is something, but that is something to consider. So if you haven't filed your 2019 taxes, then you might want to file it. depending. Talk to your local tax expert. There's a tax company called Jumping Jacks Tax that has a lot of information. You can follow them, and you could DM them or email them or call them, and they'll be able to give you more relevant information as to your tax position, whether you should file or you shouldn't file your 2019 taxes, to enable you to take care of the take advantage of this stimulus package. So again, I'm going to link all the people that you can get advice from, or to gain knowledge about this particular special event. So this event, yes, it was caused by a virus, so it was a biological event, but it's quickly turned into a financial event. Remember that saying, health is wealth. So when people can't walk or when people are sick, that's going to affect the wealth flow of whatever country or whatever family member or organization a person is part of. And in regards to mortgages, we haven't really seen the effects of that yet, and I'm just waiting to see, because I mean, once people can't pay their rent, then the landlords can't pay the banks, and then the banks start constricting lending in terms of mortgages, and so it's just going to be a add-on effect, just keep rolling and rolling. So I'm waiting for that to hit. So if you're one of the people that have been looking to buy a house, I'm just waiting for another 1 month and seeing how that the trickle-down effect from this corona quarantine is going, because I think it's you're going to start seeing some people, especially landlords, defaulting or being falling behind at just wanting to sell at a lower price just to get the property off their books. So I hope everyone is staying safe out there. Reconnect with your loved ones. Make sure you check in with your healthcare official friends or family members, because it's hard for them, and they're on the front lines. Check in too with anybody it's working for FedEx, UPS, because they're also on the front lines, and those that are working in the restaurant industries, because they're on the front lines. People working in Kroger's, Publix, HEB. Shout out to HEB for all my Texas folks out there. So just stay safe, be cautious, but do not let fear lead you. Be cautious, take precautions, and think strategically, because when there's fear, there's money to be made, one way or another. So somebody's getting rich off the fear of the downturn. I mean, look at the last economic downturn in 2008. Uber was founded, Airbnb was founded, a lot of big billionaire companies, multi-billion companies were founded during that time. So do not panic, and don't stop hoarding the toilet paper. I don't know why you will hoard the toilet paper. And just make sure you eat healthy, and take care of yourself, take care of your families, spend time, because now it gives you time to spend with your family and just reassess your life, what you want. And it's just time to self-reflect. Self-reflection is a sign of growth. Until next time, guys, take care. Love you.